pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions, just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana-Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And return here at Chris's. Come on by and see us for lunch. Really nice little layout here, James.
Yes, indeed, man. Always got, the meat pies, crawfish pies, the boudin, cracklings in the warmer, kind of grab and go as you over here. But chef special today, excuse me, Charlie, but it's soft shell crab po' boys today.
Very good, very good. Conference championship weekend. We got 1 versus 2, in a 1 versus 2 where both of those teams were highly likely to get buys in the playoffs no matter who won this thing. So did it matter? Sure looked like it mattered to them on Saturday. That was a very
I think Ohio State played
game.
hard.
I did. I thought
Indiana had a little bit more intensity than them.
Just a little bit, but I thought both sides laid it out there. I thought it was a physical game. And
what do we talk about all the time?
Came down to one more play.
We're talking about all the time. Well, who runs the ball? Who power runs the ball anymore? Indiana.
They kept at it too.
They're going to keep. Yes.
They ripped off the one run, but mostly it was just 3.5 yards at a time, and they just kept hammering away.
The Heisman odds in game were all over the place. Diego Pavia was as much as like -150, -160. And in the end, you would think that if you had a Pavia ticket like I did, you were okay. I mean, 13-10 final. The winning quarterback has 210 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Now, he did engineer make some throws on that one drive, but 1 touchdown? I think if you can't ask for much better.
I think if you look at that, you would have taken. In fact, I think we quoted pretty much this exact stat line.
You could have taken. Yes.
This was Pavia's chances. If the winning quarterback throws for like 225, a touchdown and a pick, and doesn't have a bunch of yards rushing, that's Pavia's best chance. If this is a defensive game,
it might have been with saying it wasn't with Mendoza. Because the story of
Indiana won?
The losing, yes.
What if it's 13-10 the other way?
I think, it couldn't be worse. I know that.
Because their stats were very similar. I
know, but it's a team award first.
Okay.
But if Ohio State wins with saying, because Charlie, when they were winning, that's when Pavia was winning. And they had a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're on their way to win 10-6. Instead of 13-10, there's a little time to play. It could have been 17-6. But it really flipped as soon as they took the lead, and then they won the game. And he made 2 long throws. He made a long throw to set him up. He made the touchdown throw, which is about 25, 30 yards as well. Both were covered. Both were on the money. And the story of the losingest program in the history of college football. By the way, they passed up Northwestern. Northwestern now is the losingest. They have the most losses. They did this season.
I saw it said second most. I was wondering who they had passed up.
And so that story, and what did Donardo tell us? That's a big deal to get from 5-6 to 9-2, but to get to 11-0, that's hard. And for them to be the number 1 seed in the damn tournament, year 2, at the most the most losses in the history of college football play, that story just kills it. Fernando, he's 1 step short of going to Yale. And Cal came in at the last minute and offered him a scholarship.
And the reason I think he's going to win the Heisman is, and I don't know if this is necessarily fair, but the third down, he hits Becker for 33 yards. That essentially, I know Ohio State got the ball back, but there wasn't enough time. That was a play that every college football fan was watching. I mean, if you are a college football fan, you're watching this game because it's 1-2, even if these are not your teams, and you're watching at the end of the game to see if Indiana can hang on and pull this thing out. And here it is on third down, and they don't take the safe conservative way and run the football and run it, run the clock or make them take another timeout. They air the ball out, and he drops a dime for 33 yards, and that's his Heisman moment. That's why I think he's going to win.
Diego had a lot of Heisman moments this
He
year.
did,
brother.
but he didn't have. But this was in a championship game with the game on the line in the
1
balance
versus 2.
against Ohio
But
State.
1 versus 2 didn't have the juice because what you just flip flopped them. That's it. That was what's at stake. That's what the committee did.
And we knew that going in.
Well,
did you?
no, we thought they would go to
Well,
3.
we thought. Okay, yeah, but we didn't think
Thought they would go to 3.
we didn't think that any outcome would have them drop out of the top 4.
No.
Okay, so they were both going to get a bye. And here he is, and he makes his play. You're right. Pavia made a bunch of those plays. He made those plays in big games, but he didn't make those plays in a champion. And is that fair? Not necessarily.
His numbers. Pavia's going to get some votes now. Now listen.
I think he's going to finish second.
I hope he finishes first. My wager is not on second.
Okay.
But anyway, the Pavia's numbers are better than both of these guys.
By a lot. When you had the rushing yards in, by a lot.
The caliber of competition, I think that Vanderbilt has played tougher defenses overall for the entire season.
Games 1-12, yeah.
I think that if you took Pavia away, took all 3 of these guys away from their teams, Vanderbilt would suffer the most. You watch the games. Mm-hmm. You see, you saw it in this one. Cignetti picks his spots when he needs Mendoza. Does he not?
Yes.
Pavia's got to carry that thing.
If we were doing wins above replacement,
Oh,
Pavia's wins above replacement
if you take
is
him
the
away
greatest.
from the team, Vandy would suffer the most. And both are great stories. Indiana, the losingest team in the history of college football, is the number 1 seed. Well, Vandy's won 10 games for the first time ever in the toughest league.
Yeah, they might have the most losses, but they're in the conversation. They got plenty.
And about $115 million. That's how much Diego Pavia cost the athletic departments that he beat. His hand in getting guys. You have a remote. We have people coming in off the street like the veins are popping out after they lost to Vandy. Vandy's good.
Don't care. They're Vandy.
Virginia Tech. We got smoked at home by Vandy. Nope. Auburn. Nope. We got to go. Kentucky.
LSU.
LSU.
The first one.
But $115 million, he played a part. And it's Vanderbilt. Is it tougher to win at Indiana or Vanderbilt? They're both tough.
I would say it's a little bit tougher at Vanderbilt because the league overall is better.
It's
but
the only
it's
private
close.
school in the damn league, in the toughest league.
But
in the
it's
country.
close. It's close. It's close.
And I mean, you like ABBA or you like, Diego's mama? I mean, I don't know. They're both colorful characters, but Diego looks a little bit more of a renegade. The brothers are getting arrested in Knoxville, the whole thing. They got to go back to a court case. And then here's Diego, who, did you see the interview after? He's so goofy. He's such an innocent type of, this college student athlete. He had the credentials to go to Yale. This guy actually goes to class and plays big-time college football. Huh?
We do, 30 to 40 preview shows from SEC Media Days to when the season actually kicks off, maybe more than that. Nobody could have said Indiana will be the only team to go undefeated this year. Or
no,
I know.
But they said, who's this year's Indiana? And there are multiple people that I read, and they're like, might be Indiana. But Indiana and Vanderbilt are great stories. Maybe he had, this is where you participated, and you had one more stage. Maybe because Fernando, and he made the plays when it counted, but it wasn't like he carried his team. They scored one offensive touchdown.
Yeah, and you said who's going to be worse off, Vanderbilt or Indiana, if you take the quarterback away. That Indiana defense is very, very good. That offensive line is physical. If they put a regular garden variety quarterback in, they'd still be a 9.
How many times you watching that game? You say, why don't they wrap up? Oh no, bro. They block and tackle, don't they?
They'll hit you.
Man, there's no doubt. I don't want these games to go away. If you didn't know, they sure look like it counted to me, huh, Charlie?
And Signetti, after the game, looked like somebody just handed him a tax audit. Like, dude, you won. It's okay to be happy.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
It was Saban impersonation.
Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, a Legacy Title for all of your real estate closings. 296-0060, full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Our great team at Legacy Title, long-standing staff. Ashley Donald, Mariana Haynes, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Natalie, and Bradford Smith. Buying, building, refinancing. Nobody chooses but you. Choose Chad Reynolds, a Legacy Title, 296-0060.
Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummings generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance and Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
This is Buzzy Hydell for the Morris Insurance Group. Outdoorsmen in the state might be having a tough time right now finding policies to fit on the properties they love. If you've got a hunting camp, a boat, or an RV that has been difficult to insure, we want you to look again. For owners or renters, the Morris Insurance Group can help you all the way to the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis Original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and First American Bank and Trust bring you the Heart of the Game Award, recognizing student athletes who deliver when it counts. Nominate your game day standout at 1045ESPN.com by the 21st. And then it's up to the fans to vote for the winners. Each winner gets a $250 gift card, a custom award, and the spotlight they've earned. Presented by First American Bank and Trust, a banking tradition since 1910. Click through the static and listen to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge in high definition. Simply tune to 98.1 and select HD2. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road. Jimmy, Charlie, and Troy. Three best buddies sitting around talking sports bets. Let's welcome in Troy Macker from Bet Rivers.
Troy, how you doing, buddy?
a miserable weekend. My kids got me sick. I lost the league in 2 of my 3 fantasy football leagues. My football team lost 31-0. My favorite basketball team lost by 20. I lost most of my bets, and I couldn't have gotten the UFC card any more wrong.
All right, Troy. It's a good start. It's all uphill.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
And I had to listen to read through Twitter as I'm lying on the couch sick, people losing their collective minds over mediocre college football season that has yielded mediocre results.
Well, there's no such thing as a mediocre college football season around here. So, but our local team was there, but we love, and I thought the games were great over the weekend. I thought the committee, I was shocked, and one of the reasons I was shocked because these mobile sites like Bet Rivers rarely get things wrong as far as the odds are concerned. And the odds for Notre Dame to make it to the playoff were minus 1,000, minus 10 to 1. It never is wrong like that. And it was wrong. And you even had somebody leak it out. One site put out lines on that as if, Alabama and Notre Dame were in. And saying, it's leaked out and this and that. We looked at Kalshi and we saw the timeline on Kalshi, how it was so late and shoom. They did not let this get out. Charlie, this one did not get out.
When you think they made up their mind? Do you think that maybe that decision didn't get made until Sunday morning late? Like they took it right down to the wire? Because you usually can't keep a secret like that. Even in a closed room, you're right, it usually does get out. Maybe they did take this all the way to the absolute last minute.
He did say that the coaches it was a lively debate on, why, what this is good and this is not, just the final decision. But they were asked every damn week about Miami Notre Dame if head-to-head's going to matter every damn week. And then for whatever reason, we're not going to look at head-to-head's not going to count as much until they're next to each other. So I just once Miami matched the dominant effort at Pitt like Notre Dame, because that's one of Notre Dame's biggest jewels this year is at Pitt.
Yep.
And once they did that, they should have switched them then. They should have switched them then, and because head-to-head has to count when it's this close, and it was close. It was close, Troy.
Yeah, the odds were way off. The book got it wrong. And the only other times I can really think of that it was this wrong are draft-related features. The year, what was it? Paulo Banchero and Jabari Smith were flip-flops.
Yes. That's a good one, Troy. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
great.
Yes.
Less than 30 minutes to the draft.
Yeah, that was.
What's the common denominator? That is not sports-related. That is purely news-based and leaked information. It's why Bet Rivers is very hesitant to provide a wide variety of options on news-based events because the human element is even more involved than decision making on a football field. So I actually don't know if we had those odds posted. I did see it floating around on the internet. I'm not sure where it was. I know earlier in the week it was posted, but I'm not sure about Sunday. But yeah, that's why there's also a lot of volatility in news-based wagering because you get information like that, or if the market is a two-way market, you can bet the other side. There's a lot of value to be won.
I thought there was a lot of value. Diego Pavia plus $2 and change last week. Well, you can get a lot more than that now at Bet Rivers. He's plus 1,300, 13 to 1. Fernando Mendoza minus 33.35. That's 33 and change to 1 that he's going to win it. And I'm afraid that the cat's in the bag, and the bag is in the river on this one. So I don't think there's a lot of drama. But at Bet Rivers and the other sites, they usually get these Heisman right, and something was beneficial for those that participated in it won them a Heisman on Saturday night in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think it did. Brooks, I'd give it to Diego Pavia. Not that Fernando Mendoza isn't worthy of it. I mean, he's the face of the most incredible college football turnaround baby of all time. I mean, Indiana is a nothing burger in the college football space, and they're now the number one team in the country. He had a Heisman moment. He won a conference championship. I know a lot of people don't think that matters, but they beat Ohio State. but he was good. But he take him away and put someone else in Indiana, and I think they're still pretty good.
Yes.
You take Diego Pavia away from Vanderbilt, I don't know how good they are. I think he did more for Vanderbilt than Fernando Mendoza did for Indiana. That's why I would lean Diego Pavia, but I just like that, one of the two winners, it's going to be Mendoza, but either of them started the year at 50-1 or longer. That's even longer than Travis Hunter last year, and really that had to do with the fact that no one knew how to price him because he played both ways. DBs don't get a lot of love. Now is, Colorado's offense isn't great, but to have a real long shot win the Heisman, that's pretty cool.
We all agree. You just repeated what we said last segment as far as Pavia is more valuable to his team. So our unofficial college wins above replacement stat, Pavia much stronger than Sagan and Mendoza to their teams. So anyway, what are we looking at for tonight's Monday Night Football game?
Yeah, heavy money on the Eagles, which I can't really wrap my head around at this point. 79% of the money, 78% of the tickets on the Eagles to win outright, 71% of the money and 73% of the tickets on the Eagles to cover a -2. I think that's just way too strong. I have no faith in the Eagles right now. I don't think the Chargers are world class, but I think they can keep a game tight. And it's just more about what the Eagles aren't right now. The money on the over 65% and 72% of the tickets. It's a low over-under at 41.5. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, as a lot of Eagles games are in any game involving Jim Harbaugh. I don't think it's going to be an aesthetically pleasing game, although I've just said all these things about why I don't like the Eagles. I think it's going to be ugly and watch it be a shootout. So I've been wrong the last 72 hours in every regard. So perhaps stay Troy.
Troy, any college basketball notes over the weekend?
I mean, well, it was a big weekend for the Big Ten in football. It was pretty ugly on the hardwood. Duke picked up a big win at Michigan State, which I did not see happening. Indiana showed there is a gap between them and the elite teams, and make no mistake, Louisville is an elite team. And the biggest shocker was Purdue getting just run off the floor by Iowa State. Iowa State's very good. They have two of the best players in the country that no one talks about. But I just did not see them suffering, the number one team in the country suffering the worst home loss in like 30 years. Illinois did pick up a good win against Tennessee. But the Big Ten's one of the two best conferences in basketball this year. And it was a little disheartening to see, granted, they played 4 top 25 matchups. These were not, losing the cupcakes or anything. But I thought I thought Michigan State would win because they've been one of the best teams in the country. I still think they're one of the 5 best teams in the country right now. But it was just a fun weekend. There was a lot of sports on. I just didn't get any of it right.
Yeah, the SEC, and one thing we're learning too, and now they did scramble to win the ACC Challenge 9-7, but nothing like they won last year, 14-2. And then on Saturday, Tennessee lost at home. Auburn, Oklahoma, Ole Miss all go on the road and get whooped as well. So Ole Miss was the only one that was competitive at St. John's, lost by 5. But the SEC, and then Charlie, the first Q1 or Q2 game for LSU, non-competitive.
No, Texas Tech was up double digits less than 8 minutes into the game.
It's a 5.5 point spread,
and never got down under double digit.
The neutral site wasn't in Lubbock; it was in Fort Worth. So,
yeah. But I think they trailed by the biggest margin of
about 30.
biggest deficit with 30.
Yeah.
Hey, Troy, before we let you go, I'm sorry, you had something?
Oh, I was just going to say real quick. One thing I'm sure you guys have discussed, but I just need to mention this, is that the Broncos to cover against the Raiders was the strongest play by tickets.
Oh, the last play of the game.
Oh, yes.
And that is, the Bears losing by 7, and it was 6.5, and I was very strong on the Bears. That's not a bad beat. That's just it's a tough way to lose. That Broncos-Raiders game is legitimately a bad beat solely because the coach wanted to cover the spread.
Well, I mean, he's not alone. I mean, it's a 2-score game. A field goal makes it a 1-score game. So, I mean,
the clock expired, though.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, what you want to just throw a Hail Mary for nothing? I mean,
I get it. I didn't play the game, so I'm not as emotional about it. But
well,
had I done it, I would have been.
Was it a bad beat if you had Denver, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
What's my motto? Hadn't been a bad beat you couldn't hedge out of.
Well, I guess.
Well, I took I took the Raiders plus 7.5 because I had a middle. I had Denver releasing. It was one of my 5 on the show yesterday. Well, I can see that the Raiders are, Denver's going into run clock mode. I mean, they're just getting out of there. And so I'll hit a middle. To protect my middle, I took plus 7.5 at plus 650 at Bet Rivers. So protect yourself.
I understand.
So bombs away, Carlson. Let's go, baby. I'm right there pulling forward. We'll go right down the middle because plus 650 was stronger than the minus 110 in the original bet.
My question for you, Troy, was going to be your early thoughts about the playoff lines, because I believe you guys opened Oklahoma as a 1 or 1.5 point favorite. Now that it's
2.5, I think it opened up.
You can tell us, Troy, where you opened it. Now Alabama is a small favorite at Bet Rivers.
Yeah, it was Oklahoma 2.5 to open. It's now Alabama -1. I'm not really sure what goes into that. Certainly Oklahoma beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very close game.
And Alabama doubled them up in yardage.
So I'm one, and Alabama did not look great against Georgia, and Oklahoma was off. But I mean, maybe they're moving it because people are going to be piling on Oklahoma. But at the same time, last week, after Oklahoma's final regular season game, I remember thinking, like, I hope they're in the playoffs. I hope so, because I'm going to fade them because I think they are fraudulent among the elite of the elite. But Alabama, now that I have a full, I think that conference championship game matters. It's another game against a great team, and I don't think Alabama's that good. I would not be putting Alabama as even a single point favorite unless this game is being played in the state of Alabama.
2 things, Troy. Alabama outgained them 2-1, basically 400 to 200 in that game. Now it'll be tougher going to Norman. And the other thing is that they bet Alabama. They bet them out. They bet them.
Yeah.
There was the most public play in the first game against Florida State, most public play against the Iron Bowl. Their public play this past weekend. I mean, where'd that line go off at? Georgia 1.5?
2.5.
1.5. It was at 2.5
right.
on Friday.
Right.
I think it went off 1.5.
Right, because Alabama, they bet Alabama like Nick Saban's still there.
Woof, woof.
Yeah.
Woof, woof. Yes.
Yeah.
Woof, we cashed that ticket, baby.
Yes, we did.
Yes, indeed. All right, Troy. Follow Troy on Twitter at Troy Macker. That's Machir. Thank you, Troy.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Over here at Chris's Specialty Foods, again, turkeys, traditional turkeys. We can do the seasoned injected breasts, the injected turkeys, the deboned turkeys, the fried turkeys, the smoked turkeys. We do stuffed turkeys with rice dressing, cornbread, boudin, crawfish, or shrimp. The turkey rolls, that's just basically the breast, Charlie. So we got all of those that are stuffed as well with all of our different stuffings. So create your own bundle as well that includes two sides to go with your turkeys or turduckens. Got all the turduckens with the different stuffings as well, the turducken rolls as well. So some of the different sides, mac and cheese, rice dressing, twice baked potato, cabbage is on fire, baby. Yams, green beans, and cornbread.
Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at Lunch 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins. Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze for the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. You can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Lane Kiffin making money yesterday when the bracket came out, picked up $150,000 from LSU, playing the first round. They are heavy favorites to beat Tulane, who they beat by 35 points in the regular season. Wins that, pick up another $250 from LSU. Goes all the way to the national championship, win $1 million. Coach Kiffin tweeting out this morning from the facility, 6 o'clock this morning.
That's why.
Hey, I'm here. Big happy Monday. Let's go to work. I'm here. I'm working.
It's that Florida didn't offer that. You don't think? I would say no.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Might have been where I broke down.
But that's what I tell you with that one where it did stick when they went from 7 to 6 after beating Mississippi State. That was a big deal. Playing Tulane or playing Alabama.
Yeah, and gosh, 2 non-power conference teams. Back hour number 2, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks in every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code RADIO20X and place your first bet of $1 or more for a chance to double your winnings on your next 20 bets. Open to new users in Louisiana who are 21 or older. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Caesars New Orleans. Max bet of $25 for boosted winnings. Max additional winnings, $2,500 per bet. Profit boost tokens expire 14 days after receipt. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com. This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., or FINRA, SIPC.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars: Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in La Place and Plaquemine.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
The heart of the holidays is the strength of our community, and at Brock, we're honored to help keep it moving. From young athletes to weekend warriors, we're here when you need us. From all of us at Brock, we wish you a warm and healthy holiday season.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
And return here at Chris's. All decked out for the holidays here, man. Come by and
gift baskets,
check it out.
Turkeys. It was a big Thanksgiving Eve, both here at the Millerville location. We're really loaded down. So get your for Christmas a little brief exhale and then get ready for Christmas today. You have people coming over here and getting some lunch as well. Today's chef special is the soft shell crab po' boy. So we got that today. Of course, they always like to get a little taste of the gumbo. Man, I love the sausage that they put in their gumbo over here. Boudin. The boudin crackling and meat pies and crawfish pies are always in the warmer, sort of kind of grab and go if you want to snack on while you're waiting for your food or just grab some things to go. But, the prepared foods, man. So the turkeys, smoked turkeys, fried turkeys, we did a ton of them. But don't forget, you can ship nationwide as well. Turduckens, turkeys, turkey rolls, stuffed with any combination. The rice dressing, cornbread, boudin, crawfish, or shrimp stuff for all of our different turkeys, turduckens, or turkey rolls and turducken rolls. And you can even do a bundle with the different sides: mac and cheese, rice dressing, twice baked potato. My favorite, the cabbage, yams, green beans, and cornbread.
Is it possible that Georgia is flying under the radar as much as an SEC champion that just shoved Alabama into the turf and beat them over the head on Saturday? Maybe because it was 1 versus 2 on the other side, but what Georgia did to Alabama doesn't happen very often to Alabama, regardless of who the coach is, to get physically whipped like they did.
Isn't there a chance
Saturday.
that Georgia can be getting better?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and sort of the last thing you saw, they were unimpressive against Georgia Tech.
Who's not bad? Georgia
They're
Tech
not
is
bad, but it was a little bit of a flat performance, if you ask me.
It was, and it was supposed to be a road game for Georgia Tech. They were in the dome. It was almost all red.
When it's all said and done, Georgia had a tougher schedule than Ohio State. Ohio State was more dominant. Ohio State didn't have these struggles like they did in Knoxville and Auburn. You know,
I think everybody started sleeping on Georgia when they went through that 2-week stretch. They should have lost to Tennessee. A very makeable field goal. They lose there. Then the following week they do lose.
I think that was Stockton's first true road start, though.
It was. It was. So they should have lost, but he made the plays after the kid missed the field goal. Then the next week they do lose to Alabama, and I think it sort of sunk in. Well, Georgia's not as good as they are in championship, and they're not.
They're not.
But it doesn't mean they can't be good enough to win.
But it sure looks like they're the best in the league, huh?
I mean, if I was forced,
because they're better. They got a first-year starting quarterback, and damn it, he's got a little moxie, Charlie. He's got a little.
No, he does.
He is, including the Tennessee game. He's at his best when it counts. Even the Florida game. I mean, Florida's got the ball in the lead in the red zone, in the fourth quarter. They get stuffed. What's he do? He makes them pay. He goes 80 yards right down the field, and it has the game-winning touchdown. And puts that game away. He is getting better. He is getting better. He doesn't have the measurables that Beck and some others, like a Stafford who's come through that program, some guys that are going to be high. I don't know I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to be high on the draft board at the next level, or even for the draft. But damn it, college football, man, they showed him one time, man, when the tight end didn't know the damn, or he messed up the alignment or something. Well, he grabbed him, he's their guy, man. No, he's there.
They like him. They respond to him.
Remember we were at Beau Rivage when Beck went down?
Yeah.
There weren't any tears shed when Stockton came in. Now, you can't just run the ball every play. You see what happened with Auburn. Okay, that's great they beat Baylor, but you can only run the quarterback draw so many times before people are going to adjust to that. But he's got the intangibles. He just needed to do it, and there's nothing to create confidence more than just coming through in the big spot. Then it's downhill from there.
And if he starts rolling, I know that defense is better now than it was in September and October by a lot. I mean, the last 3 games they played against, throw the Charlotte game out, 10 points against Texas, 9 points against Georgia Tech, 7 points against Alabama. That defense, that ain't the same defense I watched go to Knoxville and give up 40.
Correct, because Tennessee just had chunk plays, man. Yeah. They are. Does it because their roster is more traditional makeup, where high school recruits and develop over time? Is that where you see more of a development over the course of the season, as opposed to, I'm just trying to, because their roster is different. Texas and Georgia are the 2 rosters in the league that are the highest percentage of high school signees.
Yeah, I think that's part of it, and I think the other part is
stability.
Very obvious. Kirby Smart's just a damn good
stability in their staff.
Yeah,
and what's he preach too? He preaches physicality.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a team who runs the ball with power? They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna have a power running element to their teams always.
If I had a free bet, if I just had to pick one thing to put it on, to win the national championship at this point, and basically Ohio State and Indiana are co-favorites at this point. There's not a whole lot of difference in between them. It would be very close for me whether I take Georgia at 6.5 to 1 or Texas Tech at 9 to 1.
I know sometimes people will kind of misconstrue the terminology that we use, and our buddy Trey gets on me for using roster all the time. But I want to explain and distinguish the reason. This roster is more the list of players in their talent ability, their talent level. This is not the roster when they had Carter and Davis.
Oh, and they had 8 guys drafted in the first 2 rounds.
Okay.
No, it's not that.
It's not. But this team might be much closer to that. There are teams that, Indiana might not have as good of a roster as Ohio State. Their team is every bit as good as Ohio State.
And I wouldn't have said this in October.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
I do.
Well,
and again,
curbing the stability of staff, doesn't that lend itself to
Yes.
developing your roster
Yes.
into a team?
I give him full credit for that. He is, right now, in my opinion, the best coach in America.
And 13 games in now, we should see the teams, the coaching impact on these rosters.
Yeah. I think he is the best coach in the country right now, although I got to tell you, Kirk Cignetti has done something that I don't know has been
He's getting a
rivaled.
lot of people fired, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, he is. And getting a lot of people raises, too.
Well,
I don't know that I've seen anything like this in this sport, where a coach went in and took a program that was completely out of nowhere and turned them into a power this quickly. I mean, I know it was a different time. It took Bobby Bowden, 8 years to get Florida State, up to 8 to 10 years before he got them. Again, different time, I know. This guy walked in the door at Indiana and started beating the hell out of people. For the stat you cited so many times, the losingest program ever.
Central Florida was peaking, about 3 or 4 years ago with Frost. They claimed the national championship, that BS. But still, they were at their apex.
But in 18.
And they won.
17, 18.
And okay, say 6, 7 years ago. They did not want to do a 2-for-1, going to Gainesville for one game in Orlando. Bobby Bowden in the late 70s came here for a 4 for none. 4 trips to Tiger Stadium for none going there.
Including a game that at the time was a big deal,
Bowl game,
the Orange Bowl
81,
game.
82.
82.
Yeah.
Yeah, the winner of the game was
That was
going
the only
to
time
Orange Bowl.
LSU beat them on those 4 games.
Of those 4 games, and it was a big deal to go
But
to
like
the
the
Orange
79 game was an ABC picked it up, and man, it was a great game. They brought the first time I heard the war chant and things like that, and but they were kind of any team, any place, kind of, but he had to do that to build it. Miami had to do that and go play everybody, no matter where. They weren't afraid to play anybody anywhere. Now, Florida State was kind of independent metro kind of at that time, with that Tulane, Virginia Tech, South Carolina, Southern Miss type of a conference for a little bit. But, yes, this is impossible. This is impossible. He has done – we thought – what year was it when Bob Stoops went to Oklahoma and won it in year 2?
2000.
They had a 1 versus 2 matchup. They were underdog at home to Nebraska as the number 1 team in college football. And they beat them, and they kind of modernized the offense. Heupel was throwing the ball. They broke the wishbone, and, they got over the big hump when Nebraska was at its highest. And we said at that time, and then Urban Meyer went from Utah to Gainesville and won it all in year 2. They're like, this is a much bigger deal. Going to Oklahoma and Florida winning is a big deal then. Going to Indiana, no. And so to the Ole Miss people, this is their biggest reason for argument. Wait a minute. It is different now. We are the number 6 seed. Indiana is the number 1 seed. These non-traditional powers with the right guy, with a little boosters and administrative support.
Texas Tech.
Well, then you get and they got oil.
Yeah.
So, look out. So, and Texas Tech is the number 4 seed. Yes, it's not. You don't have to be Texas, LSU, Alabama, Florida, USC, Notre Dame, to get, Ohio State, Michigan to get it done.
What he's done there is, I struggle to come up with a comp.
There was once a time, what was it, Oregon. I went to the Oregon LSU game in the late 70s. It was a win.
Yeah.
I mean, but when they got the Phil Knight, but that was a big deal because nobody had more modern facilities. And
we thought that was sustainable because it was new money. They introduced a lot of things that most other people didn't have, like what you're talking about with facilities.
But there's still there's more logic to that. This deal that he's got going on there is unbelievable.
Yeah. We knew Nike wasn't going anywhere, so we knew Oregon was sustainable. Is Indiana sustainable?
Oil is.
Oh, Texas Tech, yeah, that money ain't going nowhere.
And now they got something to show for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. They're starting to reap
Charlie,
the
it's the
benefits
first
of it.
outright conference championship in 70 years.
At Indiana?
No.
At Texas Tech?
Yes.
Okay. That's
yes.
right. It's 45 on 55, 60, 80. on Indiana.
70 years in Lubbock.
And look,
and Southwest Conference. I mean, they couldn't.
What do we appreciate? We appreciate consistency. We appreciate being able to repeat the mechanic. They beat BYU. That game was almost exactly like the first game.
BYU came ready and delivered the first blow.
drive.
They delivered the first blow and like, oh boy, here we go. And then nope, overtime. It was just we don't get that Texas Tech team. They're well coached as well. It's another coach. They block and tackle. They don't just run into people when they're tackling. No, they don't collide. They tackle. They hit and wrap, and they all have a level of physicality to them as well. And damn it, those white guys look like they're 35 years old playing defense, Charlie. Those linebackers. Maybe it's the mustache that ages a guy. I don't know, man. But those guys look old, man.
The first game between those two, they outgained them by 113 yards, and they won 29-7.
Who looks old? Oh, go ahead.
And this game, they outgained them by 160. And they end up winning the game 34-7 instead of 29-7. It was 4 turnovers in this game. It was 3 turnovers in the first game. They couldn't have been more identical, and yet these games were 8 weeks apart.
Remember when you would play Saban teams at LSU or Alabama? Where you say like teams the next week would suffer?
Yeah, the physical nature of the games beat people up.
When you watch Texas Tech play and Indiana, it's like those teams got to be hurt in the next week. They have to be,
without question. And the one that I like, the player that impresses me the most is the defensive tackle Hunter, Lee Hunter. He's about 350 pounds.
The biggest comp is right down.
Anderson looks a lot like
at Berman Stadium.
This guy is 350 pounds probably, depending on what he had for breakfast, and he can run. And he's got quick swim moves.
Run for a big guy.
Well, yeah. For 3, I mean, he ain't beat Carl Lewis down the field. I get it, but
he moves better than most
350 pounds. And I'm looking at him going, that guy is going to be in the NFL for 12 years. That guy,
if he maintains his shit.
Right, if he doesn't get hurt. It's easy to get hurt when you're that big.
Well, no, but he can't get any bigger.
No,
he might want to get a little bit more streamlined.
He could stand to lose a little bit of weight, but he looks like those old Ted Washington.
He can do things for his size that not a lot of
Tony
people can.
Saragusa.
And that's what, as Catholic, trying to block that guy Friday night. I mean, he seemed to be. I saw him against American Heritage. It seemed he was more disruptive Friday night than he was against American Heritage. I'm talking about Anderson.
Yeah.
Also, he played AAU basketball too.
At 350 pounds, right? Yeah.
I mean, what does that look like? You know, I mean, so these guys can do.
I'm not taking a charge. I'll put it to you that way.
He's not going to get that high off the ground. But who's older? Is it Calvin Sampson's basketball players or Texas Tech's football players?
Oh, good comp.
They both look 15 years older than everybody else in the field.
They do. They're very mature, very physical. And look, BYU typically doesn't BYU typically have an older roster than most because a lot of those kids go on missions, and sometimes you end up,
yes.
So you end up with 22-year-old juniors.
Well, they look like baby faces compared to Texas.
That's what I'm saying. They're supposed to be the old guys. They got whooped pretty good.
How old is Bayou Jew?
I don't know. Check his ID. 20.
I saw somebody, a Tulane fan, cracking on LSU. You know, the whole thing. Easy greasy. Easy greasy.
Oh, we had to get to all the games before we got to the coaching stuff.
They had one common
next.
opponent. They have one common opponent.
Yeah, and they lost by 35, and LSU lost by 7. And they tried to hire LSU's defensive coordinator, but that didn't work. That story broke on Saturday.
It's like it's on TNT. I think because it's such a weak matchup, they might move it to True TV on a couple of Saturdays. But Tulane Ole Miss. But it's the is it the LSU Runt Bowl? Is it the?
I think there'll be time for LSU to run their mouth about this. Now ain't the time. Tulane's in the playoff, and you're not. So
what would the line be with LSU and Tulane?
This is your corner of the store. What do you tell me?
I think LSU would be favored
on a neutral site.
What were the lines when they both went to Oxford?
Yeah, Tulane's what, a 15 point, 14 and a half, 15, yeah. No, I think you're right. I think LSU probably would be a
We
small
had
favorite.
a local media guy who said, "Is this right? Ole Miss is favored over LSU." I said, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
No, that didn't surprise me at all. We're brought to you by the Thibodeau Store, the Pierre Part Store, now in LaRose and Lockport. Get onto the ThibodeauStore.com. Tons of gift ideas for the holiday season. Up to 51% off all hand and power tools by Milwaukee. Great stocking stuffers available for you. Same day pickup on pretty much everything on the website. Delivery available on some of these items. Your outdoor heaters, number of different sizes that they've got on these things. Your security cameras, security locks, barbecue pits, griddles, tons of yard equipment, patio furniture, channel lock tools are 45% off right now. So check out the website at thethibodeaustore.com. If you're heading down 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux and Highway 70 in Pierre Part, you can access all 4 stores from thethibodeaustore.com. Live at Chris's Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Pierre Part Store. And now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodaux, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Get Moss Max and less text during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and Dip Trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Roca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, more cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Roca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross-Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross-Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Back here, Chris is live at lunch. We're also brought to you by Louisiana Health and Injury Centers, helping you deal pain and discomfort, help you get you to feeling better. Back pain, neck pain, muscle soreness, those things that maybe are keeping you from getting a good night's sleep or restricting your motion a little bit. Let Dr. Michael Goff and his staff get you adjusted, get you to feeling better. They'll pinpoint those problem areas and working a little bit on some of the techniques that they've got. Get you in an exercise and stretching program to loosen things up, or dry needle, electric nerve stimulation, cryo, ultrasound therapy, any of a number of techniques that'll get you to feeling better. Airline Highway, Plank Road, Jefferson Highway near Drusilla. Dr. Michael Goff, Louisiana Health and Injury Centers. So when we were doing the show on Friday, Tulane looked like they might be closing in on a deal to hire LSU defensive coordinator Blake Baker. In what continued, it appeared, well into the night on Friday, Lane Kiffin, in addition to working the high school recruiting, was working on keeping Blake Baker around. 3 years, $9.3 million later, Baker is back, and so will the majority of the defensive staff be with him. This morning, Tulane hired Will Hall, who was their passing game coordinator, to be their head coach. It seemed like for a while there on Saturday, Jimmy, that Tulane was kind of a day late and a dollar short everywhere they went. Not in the game on Friday night. The game, they looked great, but they missed out on Baker. They missed out on Charles Huff, who ended up leaving Southern Miss and going to Memphis, and they missed out on Candle.
1 year stop at
Hattiesburg,
huh?
And then they missed out on Candle, who went to UConn after Jim Mora had moved to Colorado State. So they were looking there.
The UConn job over Tulane.
I don't know how far Tulane got with him, but he took that job. I know that they at least considered him. I don't know how far down the line that they got. I don't know if they actually offered him the job. And then, of course, Ed Ogeron's name never really went away. It was always kind of in the middle of that. And yesterday, I had somebody asked, you think O's going to get that job? I was like, man, I didn't think so a week ago. I didn't even think so on Friday.
Could have fallen to him.
It almost did. I mean, I'm certain he would have taken it. And it's not like they got anything close to their first choice here, and a little bit surprising because their last two hires have catapulted from that into power conference.
And what did they
jobs.
do in their last two hires? They went out and took coaches from not that lower of a level, okay? And Willie Fritz from Georgia Southern, who won there. Summerall, who turned it around at Troy there. He won there. And there was just a little baby step up from the level of play in their conferences to the American at Tulane. So why wouldn't they go do it again? Well, just 2 years ago, they're doing this again. And so maybe they think they would have a little bit more stability, or the next guy who's not an established head coach might stick around a little bit longer.
And he might. He wasn't even the OC there. Joe Craddock was. It looks like he's going to Florida with John Summerall.
One of the more notable Tulane hirings is when Tommy Bowden took Clemson. Tulane actually matched with Clemson's offer, but as his dad said, look, you're 11-0, and you're going to Memphis for the Liberty Bowl. I mean, go move on. And so he did, and they're all ready to hire Rodriguez from within, but they didn't because they were butthurt about Bowden leaving them when they actually matched the offer. And so they brought in Selfo instead. But they're different. And listen, administrations have changed, so there's different ways. The school remains the same. But Tulane is got to be one of the top mid-major programs, group of five jobs there is. And
it is right now.
And basically, we heard that Baker was offered.
Now,
And so he was going to make more money.
Is it going to stay that way? Or are they going to continue to fund this at that level?
Well, obviously, he didn't get the funding that he thought was necessary to make the jump because the conditions, because you wouldn't stay for less money. Because now, can Baker, with some success, can he get a better offer? He could. But, man, it's a nice deal he was offering. It was pretty good.
It was. Now, LSU came strong. A little over $3 million a year for a defensive coordinator. That's big money.
But they were offering him over 4?
They were offering him somewhere between 4 and 4.5 was the report down at Tulane. And you can become a head coach in a power conference from either spot.
Third more.
We've seen it. It is more.
How long of a deal were they offering him? Got to be more than 3 years. Got to be 5?
Yeah, I would think it was
minimum.
5. Yeah, I would think so. He wants to be a head coach at the power level like just pretty much every coach does. This tells
That's
me.
That's great, but you better be better than 30th in the country in yards per play defense.
Well, and I want to talk about that stat in a second, but I think that this kind of signals that Blake Baker's not just going to take any head coaching job. That he's going to do what Kirby Smart did, what Brent Venables did, which is I'm waiting for a big job.
He might be right. He might be wrong.
That's right. He's betting on himself. Like he would take Florida State, but he wouldn't take Wake Forest. I don't just pick a power school.
If he's passing up Tulane, he's looking. Yeah, if they make a change at Florida State, maybe. Heck, I mean, they make a change at Clemson. Yeah. I mean, Will Muschamp was in waiting for the Texas job and got the Florida job. I mean,
would you say the three coaches that go into next year on the hottest seat out of the power leagues: Florida State, Wisconsin, Baylor? Those are the three that come to mind.
I wouldn't be turning down Tulane. No, Wisconsin doesn't. I'm sorry. No, they got.
Okay, so you don't like those jobs, but Florida State.
No, with Wisconsin, Florida State. Their op center is the new one on the block. It's brand spanking new, so that's something you have there. I mean, the SECs are probably going to have some jobs open up.
And those are just the ones off the top of my head. Wisconsin and Florida State couldn't afford to fire their coaches.
Wisconsin's a tough spot right now.
And Baylor didn't have an AD.
Wisconsin now is not what it was 5, 6, 7 years ago.
But could it be again? Could it be again? Are they going to be tired?
But losing? It might not be.
Maybe they don't have the money. I think Dave Aranda caught a break that AD left at Baylor. Had he stayed, Aranda might have been in more trouble.
Well, he's the guy that hired him. Usually, you make a switch. You brought
him
to fire.
At the end of the season, they didn't have an AD in place, is what I'm saying. If they had one in place, maybe things would have gone differently. I don't know that for sure.
He could have got fired the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, so he goes into next year on the hot seat.
And is Baylor? You can win there. You can win at Baylor.
You can win there. You can win. I think you can win at
Wisconsin. But they're mid-level Big 12
to
step
up.
I don't know if I would pass up that deal Tulane's guaranteeing to go to Baylor.
There was also talk that Baker wasn't wild about moving. He's got a young family. He wasn't wild about moving them again so quickly after coming here.
You play every year at Baylor too, huh?
Who you play every year?
Mm-hmm.
Texas Tech? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're in the same league. Now, you're
well, not just the same league. They're permanents.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Your stat, which is correct stat about the yards given up. You thought that Baker underachieved. I thought he did.
I thought it was very average.
Okay.
I didn't think it was underachieved.
I went back and looked at all 8 SEC opponents plus Clemson and what they averaged in their conference games. LSU held 8 of the 9 underneath what their average was in conference games when LSU played them.
Okay.
So I thought that was
better
than
good. Average.
Yeah. The only one that exceeded it was Texas A&M. LSU held, and Vandy was 1 point, and I think Clemson ended up being 9 points. So it was anywhere from 1 to 9 points less than their average in conference games, not the rental wins. So I thought he did a pretty good job. And we talked about staff stability. I think that that plays in.
Probably
I think that
the reason
most of
I
that
look
staff
at the
is going to
stat,
be
no
back.
stat is perfect, but I think it's one of the better ones because different teams play different tempos and different amount of snaps. So, it's easier to have a total defense of ranking under Les Miles than it is under Kevin Sumlin.
Right.
Okay. And the yards per play defense this year, who 1 or 2? Ohio State and Texas Tech.
Yeah.
You're going to argue that?
No, I'm not.
So 30th is barometer. Maybe if there's one, I know he's being paid more than the 30th best defensive coach.
No argument there.
I know his defensive roster costs more than 30th.
And they put plenty of money in. I would also, to balance out on the other side of the ledger, I would tell you that the offense didn't do him any favors in a lot of these games where they could not make enough first downs to stay him off the field.
You make some good points. I make some good. It rolls out to mediocrity. I'm sorry. There's nothing special out of the luxuries he was afforded. Nothing special.
I think he was a little bit better than
No. They were better than average. You just said that. They held their opponents to below their conference average. Yeah. You said that, but not drastically. They're still 30th in the country. So, but when you afford those luxuries with resources, with money, comes expectations.
And those expectations will be even higher next year because I expect them to spend an obscene amount of money in the portal.
You could say, well, according to the thing I'm looking at, they're better than average. The thing I'm looking at, they're below average. So you cross them together, you're paying for more than mediocrity, dude.
Would you rather keep him at $3 million a year, or go shopping for a DC at $3 million a year?
I'll keep him.
Okay, me too. That's what I
No, I'll keep him.
Yeah.
No, I'll keep him. And I think Lane's an offensive coach.
Yeah, your off-ball coordinator.
His off-ball coordinators. Yeah. No. I'm saying that, but as far as like, oh man, who are we gonna get?
And it appears you're going to keep the whole staff with him. I think Kyle Williams may decide not to coach next year. If he does, fine. If he wants to come back, that's great. Well, they've already hired a defensive line coach from Syracuse, so it doesn't look like Williams wants to stay on staff, wants to go back into private life, and that's fine. But the rest of the staff stays intact.
Don't forget our friends at Total Maintenance. My boy, Mr. Lucas Ragusa over at Total Maintenance. You know, one of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies around, man. And right now, it is the time to get an unbelievable deal on a new unit. Total Maintenance is offering $5,500 off select systems, select AC systems, as well as big discounts on the ductwork you have to put off replacing that 30 years old. So free evaluation of your system, find out exactly the recommendations and the options and the price points that we're looking at with your current situation. Usual $179 heating safety check. An introductory offer right now is just $79. That's $100 off normal service to check your heating system for safe, reliable operation. And don't forget, all of our listeners here on Live at Lunch, 10% off. Mention Jimmy Ott, mention Live at Lunch, mention Charlie, mention Max. You're 10% off any membership program you purchase through Total Maintenance. That's good for all of the services we provide. And be sure to ask about our AC and Heating Elite membership that comes with system monitoring solutions to inform both the owner and Total Maintenance of a problem the second it happens. The Elite membership also credits half of the monthly investment into a savings account that can be redeemed at the time of a replacement to your system, almost like a kind of a rewards program. Give us a call at Total Maintenance, 480-1000, 480-1000.
Live at Chris' Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and OCBrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance and Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today, and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Now everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, big cheesy Lou, and those Louis original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
Remember, you can always get the show on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net. Brought to you by Supreme Rice, supporting our Louisiana farmers since the 1930s. Go to SupremeRice.com. The Saints yesterday with a win in Tampa. Much to the chagrin of better than half of the remaining Circa Survivor field, who down to 45 entries, and 28 of them had Tampa yesterday in the Survivor pool.
28 of the 45 had Tampa.
And they lost another 6, so they're down to 11 after over 18,000 entries into that. But
Tyler Shuck's best game?
Yeah, I think so.
Think so?
The stats are not overwhelming. The passing stats aren't overwhelming. But I thought he made plays yesterday. I thought the two runs are obvious, but
the two runs
I thought there were some third downs where he made good decisions. The one interception, he took the fall for it. I can't 100% tell you that that's not on the receiver for stopping on the route. They had a miscommunication, so I'm gonna give him a little bit of a pass on that. The Saints were able to run the football a little bit. They didn't rush up and down the field on him, but he helped with that. He has gotten better. I like enough of what I've seen to want to see more. And I'll be honest with you, Jimmy. Yesterday, the Titans won, but the Saints are still. With a projected top 5 pick. They are the second best of the 3-win team, so they would be slotted in number 5 right now. If they don't get the number 1 pick, which it's looking unlikely, I suppose they still could, but let's say they're probably a lot more likely to end up somewhere between, say, 4 and
4 and
8.
13. Yeah. 4. We'll open up at the draft position. Okay.
Yeah, but somewhere between 4 and 8. If they don't have a chance to draft Mendoza and Dante Moore and Ty Simpson decide to go back to school, I don't know that there's another quarterback that I have to have up there. I would rather plug in with that high draft pick. I'd love for him to trade down and get extra picks, but Loomis isn't going to do that. I don't have to have a quarterback now.
Well,
Unless I can have Mendoza, I don't have to have a quarterback right this second.
Do you think Mendoza separate himself?
If Simpson and Moore don't go into the draft, I think yes. There's not another.
Even if they do,
if they do, I think they're going to go that high. I wouldn't take Simpson that high. Moore maybe, but both of them have minimal starts. Neither one of them are going to get to.
That's something we can't argue.
Neither one of them are going to get to those 25 starts or so. And so I would be nervous about taking either one of them that high. And there's nobody that's in the draft. And I'm assuming Sellers isn't going to be in the draft.
Before we kill Simpson on Saturday too, show me a play where he really screwed up, where he wasn't getting his ass rocked.
No,
I mean he got killed, man.
I like him. Do I want to spend the number 2 or 3 pick in the draft at this point?
He needs to play more.
A year from now,
he needs to play more. Yes, and Moore does as well.
Yeah.
What do you have, like 3 starts at UCLA?
It was a low number.
So Mendoza's got multiple seasons.
Yes, he does. If I had the number 1 pick, I'd probably take Mendoza. But if I'm not the number 1 pick,
I watched Chuck run the ball yesterday, and he ran for 2 touchdowns, 55 yards. Okay. I said, man, maybe it's just an easy comparison. Rookie. He runs, I think, the same effectiveness, close style-wise, takes some hits and leaves himself in. It's Jackson Dart. What I didn't now he didn't play in a system where he did run the ball a little bit. I have to go back and look. He did run it at Texas Tech some. He's 3 inches taller than Dart.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than Dart as well.
Well, I mean, I didn't know it was 3 inches. And they're listed.
Yeah,
height.
he's 6'5". Yeah,
6'5" to 6'2". Dart doesn't look like he's undersized out there.
No,
when he's playing.
No,
but this guy is and look, Dart's creating a list of injuries. Shucks already had them. He doesn't need to be running much because he is a target when he runs.
Yeah.
Dart is a target when he runs. They both can run the ball effectively at times, but that's why I'm comparison because they both need to be wise when they run because that's not where they're going to make it's a sustainable living and production in the NFL. I mean, Dart wants to be Mr. Tough Guy more than Chuck. I get it, but neither one of them can afford to. But they can move those chains or make that big play with their feet occasionally, as he did yesterday. So it's he's not Joe Montana all of a sudden, but he showed you more signs. We're in an evaluation period, and they've got 4 more games left.
Yes,
4 more games before they decide, and that's it, because this is what counts more than anything to decide if they have enough to. No, he's our guy, and fill other pieces to the puzzle, and they got a lot of other areas of need, or they say, just don't, not whoop. No, we're gonna draft a quarterback high. Because how many times are they going to be drafting? Top 5.
If he is your quarterback moving forward, you can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel on where this rebuild is going.
This game takes definitely a step toward. No, he's our guy.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I don't see how you can't give him a passing grade from yesterday. Like you said, didn't wow you with his stats. He only threw for 144 yards.
If he is the quarterback for next year, then at the top of the draft, you can take a Reuben Bain from Miami, an Orville Reese Reese may go number 1 overall. He's probably a bad example. But you could take Bain. You could take Tyson, the receiver out of Arizona State, who would fill a big hole out there, especially if they decide not to long-term Olave, which I kind of hope they don't. and some more of this money comes off the books next year, if you don't go crazy with any of these things, now you're starting to be able to, okay, I can see where you're going now. I don't have to reach for a quarterback. I can bring Shuck back as your starter next year, give him a full go, full training camp, full off season, full everything. They're not going through a coaching change, not going through staff changes. Maybe bring in a veteran to sit behind him next year. Maybe somebody who could guide him a little bit. Nothing against Spencer Rattler, but maybe somebody who's been a starter in the league. You bring them in, and now you can start to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. These last 4 games, I'm with you though. You got the Jets and the Titans are 2 of these games. Well, those are eminently winnable games. If you end up winning those games, you probably end up pushing yourself behind both of those teams in the draft. They're already behind the Titans, and they're tied with the Jets.
You think this was his best game?
I hate to be result-oriented because they won the game, but this is their best win of the season by far, and I thought he played well.
Carolina?
Yeah, I think, and I know Carolina has now, moved into a tie with Tampa Bay. I've thought of Tampa as the better team than the 2 for most of the season.
13 games in, Charlie. I mean,
they got the same record. Yeah. Do I think Tampa's a little bit better? Yes, than Carolina.
What about defensively?
It's close. It's close. I like the Tampa quarterback. I don't think Mayfield's playing great right now, but I still like him better.
Shuck's not playing against the other offense. Shuck is performing against the other defense.
I think they're close.
Closer than the actual teams, huh? Because you put Tampa Bay a notch above.
Yeah, a little bit. I know they got the same record.
That's his only wins as a starter. Okay,
Carolina,
so both
Tampa.
on the road.
Okay.
But the offense against Tampa Bay yesterday had 260 yards. Against Carolina, 388.
Okay.
Passing the football, almost double against Carolina than Tampa Bay. 144 yesterday, 282. More TDs, 0 yesterday, 2 TD passes against Carolina.
Remind me, were they behind a lot of that game?
One more interception, 17-7. One more interception. And yesterday, 0 against Carolina. Across the board, offensive production, they only scored 17 against, but passing, he did more with his legs in this game. Well, what's more? What do you evaluate more? You're evaluating his arm.
His arm, yeah. I don't want him running a whole lot.
Right. So statistically, you can't deny he had a better day passing production wise against Carolina than Tampa Bay.
He did. The numbers are what they are. I thought yesterday I came away feeling better about him yesterday more than I did.
Asked Mike Delicano yesterday, what is he right now? And he said, right now, I think they're set on, he's the guy. Yeah. And so I'll continue to let him play and continue to see if he develops. But you can't deny he took a step toward him being their guy yesterday.
Yes.
We're not going to overreact and throw him size him for his yellow jacket.
When they beat Carolina, I was really steamed because I'm like, they need the number 1 pick so they can take. Now I'm not like, okay, maybe they don't have to have a quarterback. Maybe they don't have to.
They might not. They might not. Don't forget our friends, Dana Brown, downtown Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime, 343-1111 and ocbrown.com. Had somebody, a friend, who said they got injured at work, and they, wanted to know if they, had a case. I said, call them up, tell them your situation. They'll give you an evaluation, and let you know if you have a case or not. Took advantage, cleared his head. I won't divulge any more than that, but now he knows, he feels better about this. It's kind of the uncertainty. It's kind of like Lane Kiffin, you dangle in the wind. No, you don't have that. You could go to Dana Brown's law office of O.C. Brown, and he'll create some clarity and give you some, let you know what exactly your position is. His team of specialized attorneys that Charlie and I have both used for different times at different stages of our lives got smashed in the car accident. Man, I don't know what I would have done through that whole process if it wasn't for Dana Brown and his law offices of O.C. Brown. 343-1111 and ocbrown.com.
Live at Chris' Specialty Foods, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
1950 Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony is taking it to another level at the current.
Say when.
It's rolling.
Hang on a second. I'm full. Yeah, he brought us a lot. Yeah, we brought us a bowl of gumbo. No, I'm full. I'm full. All right. Join us for the Tuesday. Join us for the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City. Andy Esco joins us from Las Vegas, and we do first class, second class, no class. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Tuesday from Doe's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
To the duck camp or the fishing boat. We also have policies on coastal properties, including flood insurance to let owners protect themselves in the event of damage. For your camps, boats and trailers, four-wheelers, ATVs, and tractors, get a quote today at morris-ig.com or call 225-201-0007.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Tex Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny. Live from Chris's Specialty Foods on Highland Road.
We were talking about Baylor. They have hired an athletic director. Doug McNamee is the new AD at Baylor. Dave Miranda's got a new boss.
30.
Monday Night Football tonight. Who you got?
Jalen Carter, that's the biggest deal there. I'm going to go with
out.
the Chargers at home, yeah.
Chargers at home. Justin Herbert playing with a broken hand, but not his throwing hand, obviously. So a game at 7:15 tonight. Thanks to our friends here at Chris's Specialty Foods. Always enjoy our time here. Tomorrow we'll be at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City. For Jimmy Jordan back in the studio, I'm Charles Henniger saying thank you and good afternoon. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At lunch.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite.